just have part of a QR code, so you can use it kind of as a formative assessment tool. There's other ways to use QR codes too, but if you flip it over, there's a question there, and when you your group thinks you have the answer, hopefully these aren't too hard, but we're going to work in groups so that you can lean on each other. When your group has the answer, just have somebody come up to me and I will give you the next piece of the QR code puzzle.
I don't have a magic finger.
Okay. Alright, that's the last piece. So there's 3 pieces. Yeah. So you don't need to bring the last one up to me, but then put the puzzle with the QR code together and scan it. And then maybe something fun to see. We'll go on. So hopefully, I guess the point of this was just so you can see a way to use QR codes as you can use it as formative assessment, have the kids come up. You can hand them out if you have a couple people in your room. You know, adults, you can have them be checking answers as well, give them the QR code. You can put a video there, you can put a picture there, you can even put a link to more math problems or reading problems or whatever you want to put there. You can take them anywhere you want on the internet. So how did I do that? And some of you may already have used QR codes. Another way to use QR codes is if you have a really long URL and kids can't admit, or even adults a lot of times. I mean, it's just hard to do. You can, and I'll show you how to do this in a second, you can put it in a QR code, the kids can just scan it, and it will take them right there, just like that YouTube video. You don't have to cut them out, but you can. So, if you Google QR code generators, there's lots of them out there. I use this one, I don't even really know why, probably because it's just easy. I found it easy, and it was one that somebody showed me, this qrcode.kaywa.com. When you get here, you can join it and it'll save your codes and all of that, but I don't usually do it. I just do some activity like this. You can do it really quickly. And what you want to do if you don't want to join and sign up and pay and all that good stuff is you just change this from dynamic to static. So the difference is, good question, so the difference is if you make a dynamic QR code, you can leave a QR code up in your room and then change the URL that goes along with it, like anytime you wanted to, behind the scenes, so the kids could scan it and you wouldn't have to change it. So that's kind of nice, but I don't know that you want to pay for it. Otherwise, you can just, they're so easy. I think they give you like 5 or something like that. Otherwise, you can just make a static one, which means that QR code goes with that URL.
Will it always, I mean, does it ever expire? Like, could I make a whole bunch of them and keep them year after year?
Yeah, as long as the URL behind it is good. You know, as long as that hasn't gone away to that like 404 land or whatever that means, you know, the website won't load thing. As long as that's good, it shouldn't expire. You know, it's just static. But so you can just copy and paste so all I did was found a video that I wanted to show you guys. I copied it. I copied the URL. I'm going to paste it in there and hit generate. Yes, we can send it. No, I don't want to do any of this. And there's my QR code. If you right-click on it or on the Max command-click on it, you can copy the image. You can actually, so like Pamela said, you could save the image onto your computer, make a folder of them, and have them forever and ever. But all I did here for this one was copy this image. Then I jumped over to Keynote and pasted the QR code onto the first slide. And so you can see it here. And the reason I did this like in Keynote or a PowerPoint is then because for the backside, because I wanted to print it two-sided printing. For the backside then, I made this slide, and you can kind of see here. Let me jump to this slide. I was able to format it, but I can compare what's going on here to up there, so I can kind of get it in different areas. And then I just took it to the printed it and took it to the paper